Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack at it. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Bye. Orderly, as you can tell by that thumbnail, innocent until proven guilty. Or is it guilty till proven innocent? For the most part, every time I've been locked up, shit, they have my ass in the county like, hey, guard, right? I was always guilty till proven innocent. It's an unfortunate situation that it has to be that way. But in a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to talk about a case that came up, something I seen. I was like, wow, it brought a motherfucking, tears to my eyes. That's it. You know, it's very, very rough and very hard for a video, a movie, a show, or anything to make me feel some type of way. But this one right here that I'm going to talk about absolutely brought fucking straight tears to my eyes. I was like, damn. Because I put myself in that situation and I was like, damn, could they do a motherfucker like that? Absolutely. How many people are sitting down right now? I swear to God, I didn't do it, homie. Right? Nope, you're here though. You're going to be there for the duration. Sit your ass down. And it fucking sucks because people are innocent. It's supposed to be innocent to proven guilty. Chale, man. That ain't the way it works. You see how it worked out for Kane. Order the hashtag we support Kane. You see how it worked out for Kane. Oh, they had all kinds of guilt on this plato. Eat guilt. Here's a guilt sandwich. You know what I mean? So es que quiero sopa con a little arroz and some guilt. Yeah, guilty. They already labeled him guilty until he had to prove his innocence to get out. And that's unfortunate because in this fucking great land that we live in, orale, barrios, we represent, hoods, territories, projects, all this that we fight for, that we kill each other for, our own people. We kill our own people for these barrios, for this land, right? And they'll lock your ass up like that, and you gotta fight for your innocence because you're guilty, straight up, because you're brown or you're black or sprinkle in the woods or you're a dirty white guy, right? And they just said, you know what, Sasuke, you fit the mold. We're not trying to do our holly. We're not trying to do our job. Fuck you other ratas, eh? Get up, Chucky. Get down, gun. And that's just what it is. Now, in 2003, there was a situation. I wanted to speak on this case because I watched the show on Netflix, man. It broke my heart. It broke my heart that this youngster got put in this situation to which he wasn't even up on game. You know, he was, shit, we're talking about a vato that ain't never did nothing, done nothing, been there, done that. But automatically he gets thrown into one of the most worst county jail situations that you could ever be thrown into with a heinous case like this, to which people are probably looking at him because she was a youngster. 2003, Juan Catalan, right? He was thrown in to the LA County Jail for a murder case, for an execution-style murder, to which they said in 2003, in May of 2003, he rolled up on some chick, Martha Puebla, a 16-year-old woman, and shot her in the face. Now, this guy was just on his way to work, was a regular dude. You know, he had a brother that was in the mix from a certain barrio. I'm not going to speak on that barrio. You can always refer, look it up, go back to Netflix, trip out on it. I'm just not going to speak on that barrio. But at the same time, his brother was in the mix a little bit. So he kind of knew the ins and outs of the do's and don'ts. But he wasn't that type of individual. He was just a young Chicano, you know, working, had a couple children with his old lady, just doing his thing, man. You know, you can't be mad at individuals that are like that. I got primos that are like that. So I'm like that. So we just want to do our own thing, right? Just like vatos are doing their own time, these vatos just want to do their own thing. So we had a holler with this jefito, and he was on his way to work one day when, of course, the detectives jump all out the whip. Get out, Mexican, right? They put the gun to his temple, and that was that. They arrested him. Now, just imagine being arrested for something you absolutely did not do. You're flabbergasted. Word of the day, right? And in menudo style, you don't know what the fuck is going on. I would have been like, hey, fuck you, white guys, right? No, get your ass on the ground. You're under arrest for murder. That's a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, I've been arrested for murder, so I know how it feels. But I did the shit, allegedly, right? Or was involved with it. In this case, this guy had zero to do with it, didn't even know anything about it, is getting snatched up. Now, according to what I watched, this young girl, I guess, had been involved in witnessing a murder that had happened several months prior, to which his brother, Juan's brother, was actually supposedly involved. Allegedly, we'll say, right? She actually went to court, but didn't give him much. That's the cold part about the situation was It was all on the cops, man. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened and how they fucking manipulated, how they played people and got people hurt in this situation. And that's why they gave up some money, but they got people hurt. During the investigation of this said murder, this chick was implemented as a CI, basically a witness, that she witnessed this. She told on these guys. And of course, you don't tell on people that have nothing else to live for. So they're going to come out for your fucking headpiece. So if you're telling and you're, hey, they did it, right? No, bitch. No, I didn't, right? They're going to come back for retaliation. It's a must where they're from. But in reality, in stark reality, this girl, this young girl, this 16-year-old woman didn't tell on anyone. But the cops manipulated the paperwork and made it, and actually forged her name to some documents and made it look like she actually was the one telling, putting her in danger. Now, for the most part, if you're in danger and the officials or the administration or the officers or whoever the fuck the case may be know that you're in danger, they need to alert you. Hey, so you're in danger, hey? They're trying to get you. Who's trying to get me? Them guys. Who's them guys? You'll find out tonight about 6 o'clock when they come over here. And they need to help you if you take that help to get the fuck up on down the road, the Yellow Brick Road, Dorothy. Click your heels 3 times to get the fuck on, Toto, right? But at the same time, if you say, nah, China, I'm good in the hood, okay, when your fucking cabbage is peeled backwards, that's on you, ramen noodles. Until then, they did their job. But in this case, they knew that they had manipulated the situation to incarcerate these individuals, so they didn't tell her nothing. So in May 2003, she's actually hanging out front of her fucking pad with a few friends, and she notices a car rolling around several times. Now, I'd have seen a car rolling around several times, so I gotta put out the biscuit. You know what I mean? For those of you that don't know what it is, refer to the East Coast. That's what they call it. A biscuit, a burner, a strap, a tech, or whatever the case may be, right? To grandmother's house we go, right? I would have pulled something out, allegedly, and just started bucket like fuck it, right? At the bucket, like fuck it. But anyways, she actually went up to the individual jumps off the car, supposedly, allegedly, she engages him in some lightweight conversation. He blows her cheek off, right? Jumps in the whip and dips. Now, at the same time, there was a witness who seen this situation and took off running from the scene. And he was manipulated, or she was manipulated into pointing out Juan Catalan's picture. You know, now Juan Catalan, having a brother that was actually involved in the case to which that girl Martha supposedly had told, but she really didn't, you know, was, it was unfortunate. It just was a coinky dinky. That's what they call it, a coincidence. He just happened to be in court, you know, watching the prelim trial, him and his old lady, and supporting his brother. Of course, that's what you do. You support your familia. But other than that, he was just trying to get on down the road. That's it. But of course, her being murdered, they pointed all eyes on him. He had to be the one. So he had to be retaliating for his brother, for sure. So instead of the cops doing their jale and actually investigating properly, they went into fucking setup mode again and circled his picture, showed the witness, kind of directed that witness that this is him, huh? This is him. This is him. Yeah, fuck it. It is him then, eh? Right? And that was it. They arrest him. Now, we're talking about a young man that's not in the gang lifestyle. Has a brother that is, but he isn't. Okay, now he's thrown into the jungle. LA County Jail. Okay, I don't know his situation exactly where they placed him. I know they did place him at one point in Supermax, high control, you know, the worst of the worst. But I do know at some point he is in there for murdering a 16-year-old girl, whether it's a retaliation murder, whatever the case may be. You're still looked upon as fucking hitting a minor, and I'm sure individuals were tripping. Quick to slip the clip and to get spin. So he was in a bad situation to which these officers placed him in. It seems like they were fucking everyone up, huh? What's new? Menudo, right? Trying to give you the game, knowledge you can't get in college. So anyways, what happens is this guy's sitting down in jail and they're giving him, he's facing the death penalty. They're like, you're done, you did it. Sasuke, we're going to railroad you. Sasuke, we're going to fuck you with no Vaseline, just to match in a little bit of gasoline. Light him up, burn him up, flame on. To that motherfucking brocha's gone, right? They're going to try to burn his brocha down and huff and puff and do that. But this kid was smart enough to get a hold of a good lawyer. Now, at one point in time, his primo actually clerked for a good, decent lawyer that was involved in the OJ case, that was involved in a lot of several different cases. He was a well-known lawyer out of the Hollywood area. So he actually was able to get a hold of this lawyer and somehow convince this lawyer to take his case. To which this lawyer was a little bit enthused. He curbed his enthusiasm. He was a little bit enthused because when it's something like this, and you actually look into someone's eyes and you could see the regret, or you could see the fear, or you could see the innocence in a person's eyes. Sasuke, unless you have eyes like Miguel Myers, Sasuke, I don't know what the hell this thinking. He's thinking about, like, oh, I hope he don't know his old lady gave me my mom. That's what he's thinking, right? But for the most part, you could look in people's eyes, and at the end of the day, you could pretty much tell, and you could feel that bleeding heart. You could feel if he's innocent or if he's guilty. That's just the way it is. Bang, bang. I know I've been in that situation. I'm trying to lie to my lawyer. The fuck is they're lying? Hey, I didn't do it. He's like, bitch, you did that shit. So why? How do you know? Because I look into your eye. What does that get? You're a fucking guilty motherfucker. So can you give me 3 to 5? Right? Straight up. Help me out here. Attorney-client privilege. Just so you can tell on me, bitch. Right? Now look. This lawyer took his case. This is where it takes a twist and a turn. Of course, lawyers are there to do your bidding. They're there to try to fucking get you off. To help you, for the most part. Most of them. If you got you a fucking public pretenders, okay, you're just in there to marinate. The marination is real. Cook them up. Steak, right? That's it. Asada. But if you go get you a paid lawyer, a personal lawyer, they're going to do their best they can to fight for you. Now, there's some poop butt fucking Rudy poop motherfuckers that don't know the law, or I don't know how the fuck they became lawyers. Their parents made them go to college, right? I mean, they did that, and there's some that really strive and really fight, and they just got a natural gift and ability to fight. Now, at the same time, it was thank God that he got this lawyer, this young Chicano, because he was going to be going up against one of the worst prosecutors in history, which they called, her nickname was the Sniper. She had a 100% ratio conviction rate for murderers. She wasn't playing. She loved giving people the death penalty. That's why they called her the Sniper. She sniped people off with the death penalty. So this fucker had a lot of balls. Hey, you, get off my mountain. He had a mountain to climb. So did his lawyer. So somewhere along the line of their investigation, him and his lawyer, he remembers that he went to a Dodger game on the day of this murder, of this alleged murder. He's like, Sasuke, I couldn't have been there, bro. I took my daughter, my primo, and some fucking stuffeo, some fucking the homeboy that looks like fucking, he looks like the dude from the Minions. We went to the fucking Dodger game and kicked it, right? I was at the Dodger games 2003. They played the Braves. Sasuke was a good game. The Braves smacked the Dodgers. I don't know what happened, but that's the way it worked out. So telling the lawyer this, the lawyer, of course, contacted Dodger Stadium, went back, started to look for any footage that he could find, and did actually see him in one of the clippings of the footage, but it was so grainy that they couldn't really make him out. It wouldn't have helped him. Now, this kid, sometimes things are meant to be. Sometimes, whatever high power you believe in, I don't want to put nothing on your plate, works in mysterious ways, right? I know that I've been in situations, man, where I thought, I'm done. They got me, man. They got me. Then they turn around and I'm like, they don't got me, motherfuckers. I was getting and I'm all happy like I'm a gangster, right? But a minute ago, I was crying like a Mom, I love you, man. Don't ever forget me. Tell my kid. Right? And then fucking 10 minutes later, I'm at the fucking party. You can be my candy man. Oh, did I have the button like that? Sasuke, I was doing it like that, like why it hurt, person. You know what I mean? All that high power fucking propaganda I'm out there pushing. So now, this individual tells this lawyer, he's like, hey, I remember they were filming something there. Like I said, God works in mysterious ways, right? It just happened to be that day, that aisle, that time. They actually were filming a show called Curb Your Enthusiasm, a show written by Larry David, the writer of Seinfeld. They were actually filming an episode there, to which they would have never done, but Larry David just had this wild idea. They'll film it live at a Dodger Stadium at a Dodger game because this was one of the biggest games of the year. They actually did do that. Well, somewhere along the lines, the lawyer watched and watched and watched. He contacted HBO. He's watching, and he finally sees his client. He sees Juan with his daughter, just like he said, and his primo and that ugly motherfucker with them, their homeboy, right? And the lawyer goes crazy because this is it. This is it. This kid wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. It was facts. He really didn't do this, right? But now you have to prove to the prosecution. The prosecution is like, I don't give a fuck. Look at the timeline. He had an hour and a half. He could have went to Wiener Schnitzel, got him a hot dog, Tommy's Burger, got him a Big Boy, and then went and blew her whole shit off, went back, got him a one from his old lady. Oh yeah, he had plenty of time. And time is key in the life, right, that we live. This lawyer was able to check the cell phone towers, see how the fucking phone calls pinged, whatever the case may be. I'm not no fucking lawyer or no expert, but I do know that he was able to get this kid off. Now, one of the saddest parts of this documentary that I seen was him reuniting with his family and that hug that he gave to his lawyer. A stranger, man, a white boy, sprinkled in the woods, who did everything that he could possibly do to save his client. Now, eventually, after he was released, man, and you can only think what was going through his head. You know, one day you're facing the death penalty for something you absolutely did not do. And then the next day you're out with your family. You know, fuck, what a roller coaster ride that was. I said, did I dream that shit? Or was that real? Who is this Bob Wilson Gunner on YouTube? Did I dream that? Right? Nah, he's real. He's really there, right? So trip out. They end up dismissing the case. Thank God for the judge. She's a bleeding heart judge. She's the type of judge that anybody would want. I mean, everything fell right according to what he needed. You know, this type of judge was, she was by the book, yet she would give you your fucking, you know what I mean, give you your just due. She'll give you your benefit of the doubt. She'll give you your fucking due process. She'll hear you out, and she basically listened to this case over and over again and dismissed it because she's seen no evidence. You know, this prosecutor was still willing to prosecute him, was still, even with all this evidence, with him being on camera, with him opinion, knowing that there was no way he possibly could have did this, she still was willing to go for the gusto. Oh, well, we have a witness that says there's a vato that kind of looked like him. Get him. Book him, Dano, right? Let me tell you about Dano and his fat fucking partner. Now, they actually got held liable. They actually went, you know, to court and actually admitted that they were setting people up, that they were actually pushing people in the direction of implementing, you know, these suspects. And it's unfortunate, man, that they had Juan Catalan sit there for 5 to 6 months in the LA County jail fighting this. And, you know, it changed that man. Some people that are not used to jail, they're not used to prison, they're not used to that life, it'll change them. You know, sometimes it'll change them for the worse. Because they get in and they say, this shit ain't that bad. I could do that. What, a knife in my ass? Fuck, I already shit. You know what I mean? You don't even know what I've had in my ass. You know what I mean? They're like, you just never know. So then, or you can get some guys in there, they're shaking their motherfucking boots. Like, please, where do I go? Isn't there SNY in here? No, there ain't no SNY anymore. Because we said, it's called, we're fucking putting them all together. So I was like, don't put me together. You know what I mean? Or you're going to be having to sew my butt cheeks together. Motherfuckers are feeling like that. Let me tell you something. These cops, they literally sat there in deposition, man, and said that they did set these kids up. They set this kid up. And I thought it was unfortunate watching it, and I didn't catch it to the second time around because I watched it over and over again all day long. Go to Netflix if you want to watch it. It's called The Long Shot, man. Make sure you guys watch it. The Juan Catalan story. You're definitely going to see it. And we can't only speak on him because, yeah, he was innocent in this matter, but there was also Martha Puebla, 16-year-old girl that was murdered, man, you know, for saying too much. To which the cops made it look that way. That was the most unfortunate situation out of this whole process. And after watching it, I said, this little girl didn't even say too much. You know what I mean? They asked her in court, hey, is this the guy who did it? She said, I don't know that dude. She's like, yeah, fuck that dude, eh? You know what I mean? Straight up, I'm trying to live. And they still blew her cheekbone apart. Unfortunate. Condolences to the family of that victim, you know, that innocent girl, but also condolences to everybody, you know, that's involved in this case. You know, it must have been a sad situation. You know, at one point in the show, man, he says he was in the shackled up on the bus, man, and he looked down and he seen his old lady, you know, going home from work. He said he just wanted to jump out that bus and jump in the car with her and go home. I've been in that situation, you know. I've been in that situation on a bus, you know, shackled up, and actually seen people, you know, and I seen a homeboy, he was eating a chili dog and shit, mobbing. He's looking at the bus, he was like, 414, full Lord that, you know, chili dog. I was like, that motherfucking chili dog sure does look good. Homeboy was all took out. Probably first chili dog I had in 3 weeks. What's happening, fool? I was like, what's up with the chili cheese fries? Right, he couldn't hear me. But just seeing that, you know, I've been in that situation where you see people, you know, and you're just like, fuck, yeah, I wish I was right there beside him. You know what I mean? Instead of the pipe. And that's just how that be like. Anyways, it's a very unfortunate thing that happens, but it happens in our fucking legal system all the time in California. People are always getting incarcerated. It's the old Folsom setup. You just never know, man. There's so many people that are sitting down. It's up to people like me and you that have platforms to speak on it, to help people. You know, there's people fucking right now. I think I'm going to take the initiative, maybe set up something where I'm going to start helping these people, man. I've been doing too much. I've made a significant amount, not of money, but there's been a lot of generosity towards me. There's been a lot of people that have looked out for me. There's been a lot of love throughout my whole life. Not just on this YouTube shit, but anything that I've ever done, man. A lot of people are behind me and respect me and show me love. It's time to start giving back some of that love, man. I'm going to have to set up some type of something. I want to help some of these people that are incarcerated. I'm going to look in their eyes and say, I swear to God, Gunner, I didn't do it. You're lying, sir. You're lying. You know what I mean? You right now, I can tell you right now, you're going to go back to the thing, eat a soap on tell yourself, hey, I fucking bullshitted him, man. I know, but then if I see that one where he's like, I didn't do that shit, bro. Palabra, pisha, palabra. Got you, right? And then I'm going to try to help. Anyways, with that being said, innocent till proven guilty. Watch the shit. I guarantee it'll have you in tears, man. It was a sad situation. Fuck, man. They try to do a boy dirty. With that being said, I just wanted to bring that up, man. I hope that you move with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, man, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia, man. You never know when it can happen to you. Shit, you might have a primo, a brother, a fucking father, a fucking sister, a fucking gay lover, whatever you might have that's incarcerated right now, and that's on you. But at the same time, you know what I mean, you have to think about their feelings. With that being said, hit this like and subscribe with a thumbs up if you got love for the gun. Please like and subscribe. If not, you can hit me with that thumbs down. Hey, he's going to be the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Let's help each other, man. There's innocent vatos right now locked up. They try to fucking kill that kid for nothing. Bang, bang, the gun.